Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to import a CSV file and write the data to a database table. I will create a table that matches the data in the file. So here's the data in the file. Okay, I'm going to read this data in and I'm going to write it to a table in a database. So here is my table. It's got the three matching columns to the file and it's got an ID column, which is an auto incrementing column, just used as a primary key. Okay. Okay, so here I've imported three things. I've imported a dbconfigs file that contains my database connection information. I've imported the pyodbc module that'll be used to set up the connection to the database. And I've imported pandas that'll be used to import the CSV file and then use that information to write it to the database. Okay, so now I'm going to set up a simple connection to the database server and the database. Okay, so as you can see, I've got a simple connection. Okay, I'm using the information from the configs file for my server name, my user, and my password. And it's made like this, so it's hidden from view. And then I've created a cursor. The cursor will be used to connect to the database and execute commands against it. Okay, so now let's process the file using the pandas. Okay, so I've declared a variable called data and I read the content of the file into data. Then I pass data into the DataFrame module and it creates a data frame for me, which I've called df. I'm just going to print the df so you can actually see what the data frame looks like. Okay, so there you go. It's got the column headings on top and it's got a row indexing here down the side, 0, 1, 2, 3. And then it's got the data. Okay, so now we're going to process this and write it to the database. So let me first print them out on the screen so you can see that. Okay, so this relates to the row and it's saying, give me the first row, okay, and the name and the column and the row and the surname and the row and the telephone number. So as this processes it one row at a time, this will be populated. Okay, let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so this is the top portion, which is displayed there, and this is the bottom portion, which is displayed here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, comment this out, and run this again. Okay, so there you can see it's processed the rows. Now, the rows in a nice readable format, and I'm showing you how you can access each data item in the row. Now, it's very simple to just take those items and insert them into the table. So first I'll build a query. Okay, so now I'm going to print out this query, that the string, this formatted string that I've now made, and it will represent an insert statement. So if I print that, right, so you'll see for each row, it's got the insert into the table with the columns of the table and the values. You will notice that I put the string values in single quotes. If I didn't do this, you would get an error. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to comment out this print statement. And it might make this a little bit more clearer. There's your insert statements. Okay, now I'm going to just take those insert statements and one at a time, I'll execute them against the database. Okay, so now that will insert into the database. And then at the very end, when it's done with the loop, it will then make the commit, and I'll also close the connection. Okay, so that should work. Okay, so yeah, I get an error, and I can easily spot what I've done wrong. I haven't closed off my value bracket here. So let me go back to my string here, and there it is. I haven't closed that off. Let's run that again. And right, now it completes. Okay, so you can see now I've inserted all 4 rows. And if I go back to my database, I should be able to select them out, and I should be able to see the 4 items have been inserted. Right, guys, so that's the tutorial for today, how to read a CSV file and process it and save the data to a database table. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Have a great day. Cheers.